All right, so I'm going to leave this up for a second. And then what you should probably do is pause. And this is kind of a worksheet that I do in class. And so it would kind of help you if you did it, on your own here. And so, write all these down, work them, and simplify them as much as possible, getting rid of as many terms, like terms, add them together. Don't have plus and negative 5x, just say minus 5x and simplify them, and then start the video again and see if you get the correct answers as you go through. All right, so I'm assuming you've worked all these, and so I'm just going to go through these rather quickly. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, distribute, and then I'm going to simplify. So I have here a negative 20p minus 28, and then plus 6, and then minus 18p. So I've got a like term, like term, like term, like term. So minus 20 minus 18, it's minus 38p. And then if I subtract off 6 here, that's going to give me minus 22. All right, what about this one? Here, I have to distribute to get rid of the parentheses. And so I'll have negative 10a minus 9 minus 18a, and then plus 4. So I've got a like term here and here, and like term here and here. So minus 10 minus 18, that's minus 28a. Minus 9 plus 4 is going to be minus 5, and that would be my solution. All right, what about the next one? Again, distribute. And so that gives me minus 6b plus 42 minus 42b squared minus 2b. All right, so what are our like terms? Well, we have a 2b and a 6b there, both negative. Then there's nothing here, nothing here. So the only two like terms are on those b's. So I'm going to write this in decreasing powers. So here we have a b squared. So I'm going to say a minus 42b squared first. Then I have a minus 6 minus 2, so it's a minus 8b. And then I have a plus 42. And that would be my solution. And again, sometimes, like in this case, we only added one set of like terms together and the rest of it was unlike. And so all we had to do is rewrite that part down without doing anything to it. All right, well, again, we're going to distribute. And so we have 3 times 3, that's going to give us 9s plus 3 plus 16, and then minus 4s. Well, that's a like term, and those are like terms. So we have, if we put the s's first, 9 minus 4 is going to give us a 5s. 3 plus 16 is going to be plus 19. All right, what about this one? Well, again, we're going to have to distribute. And so we have a minus 7x plus 6, and then we have a minus 3s, and then plus 7. All right, going through here, we have an x, a 6, an s, and a 7. So really, there's only one set of like terms. And so I'm just going to write down minus 7x minus 3s, and then 6 plus 7 is going to give us plus 13, and that's as far as we can go. Now, if this had been an x instead of an s, well, then we could have done a little bit more. We could have added those first two together, but since it's not, this is as far as we can go. So it's really a matter of really paying attention to what your variables are and adding the like terms together. All right, what about here? Distribute like that. And so that's going to give us 28x plus 7 minus 42x squared minus 10x. Well, that and that are like terms. Everything else is not a like term. So again, I'm going to start with the highest powers and then right to the lower ones. So minus 42x squared. Then I have 28 minus 10. Well, that's going to be plus 18x. And then I've just got plus 7. Okay. And so that should be your answer to that one. All right, continuing on. Again, distribute. So 7 times negative 3 is negative 21x. and then minus 70. And then we have plus 32 rather. And then that's going to be plus 24x. So that's a like term. Those are like terms. 24 minus 21, well, that's going to be a 3x. Now here, if you have to, go ahead and write it out to the side. That's the best way to do this. So you're going to borrow 10 minus 2 is 8, 6 minus 3 is 3, and then it's going to be a negative, so it's going to be a negative 38. So it's always fine to work out to the side if you need to do any simple problems that you just are beyond you doing in your head, and go from there. Even if you have to take and go and put 7 times 3 over somewhere and do that, that's fine. It's just a matter of trying to get everything so you get the correct answers here. All right, so now we're going to take negative 10 times negative 3 times negative 1, and that, and then we have plus 10s. So negative times negative is positive, 10 times 3 is 30s, negative times negative is positive, 10 times 1 is 10, negative times a positive is negative, 10 times 2 is 20s squared, and then plus 10s, okay? Well, that's a like term, and everything else is unlike. So again, sometimes you don't have a lot to work with. So now we have a negative 20s squared. Then 30 plus 10 is 40s, and then plus 10, okay? And that would be the solution to this one. All right, what do we do here? Well, this one, we have to get rid of parentheses again, so that gives us 7s, then plus 16 minus 32s, and then plus 9, okay? So we have 16 and 9, s and s. So again, 32 minus 7. Let's go ahead and do it here. Borrow. 12 minus 7 is 5. 2 minus 0 is 2. And so it's going to be a negative 25s. So writing that, making sure your s's and your 5s are readable is sometimes kind of hard, especially when you have sloppy writing like I do. And then if you have to take 16 plus 9, that's fine too. Well, 6 and 9, that's going to be a 15, and that's going to give us 25, so that's plus 25, okay? And that would be our solution, negative 25s plus 25. All right, well here that just drops. 1 times all that, just that, but we still have to distribute here. So now we have k plus 10 plus 10k minus 70. So we have those like terms and those like terms. 10 plus 1 is 11k. Well, let's write that a little nicer. And then 10 minus 70 is going to give us a minus 60. Okay. All right. What about the next one? Again, distribute 7t minus 49 minus 5 plus 5t. And where did my t go here? Okay. So 17 minus 49, and then minus 5 plus 5t. So like term, 7t plus 5t is 12t, minus 49 minus 5 more. So again, line them up if you have to. And so we're just adding, so 9 and 5, that's going to give us 14, that's 54. And it's going to be a negative 54. Okay. Okay, what about the last one? Well, again, we're just distributing first to get rid of all the parentheses so we can add terms. So that's going to give us 3v minus 15 minus 4v plus 24. Well, that's a like term. That's a like term. 3 minus 4 is going to be a minus v. Minus 15 plus that is going to be a 9, plus 9. Okay. And then that would be our solution. All right, I'll pause there and then I'll go do the second half.